It's just 3 weeks into France's war in Mali, and French President François Hollande is touching down to deliver his mission accomplished speech. French troops have recaptured almost all of northern Mali from the Al-Qaeda-linked rebels who took control of half the country last summer. Now Hollande wants to start pulling French troops out from April onwards. If this was the end of the war, it would be a stunning success for France. But it isn't the end of the war.
On est prêt à combattre la France, les États-Unis, tous les pays de l'OTAN. N'est qu'une toile d'araignée. Comment nous menacer avec une toile d'araignée?
I travelled up to Gao with the French army in a grueling journey across the desert.
We had this impression that we were the liberator of the country, like for the American in France in 1944. It was a very great feeling. We drive from Bamako to Gao, and then we will try to find some rebels and then try to neutralize them, maybe.
France only pulled its last combat troops out of Afghanistan in November 2012 after a bloody 11-year campaign. The soldiers I was travelling with had only just come back from Afghanistan. After less than 3 months at home, they were already fighting a new war, this time in Mali.
Si on apprend, tu parles de taboulé ici, c'est un repas 5 étoiles pour le clinch.
C'est bon là. On a mangé pour une journée là-dedans. Café, il y a tout dedans.
C'est meilleur que la version britannique.
Oui. Ah oui, ah oui, oui. Je confirme. Alors ça c'est pas bon ça.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Fromage.
Yes.
Cheese. Donc toutes les oignons et un verre de rouge.
The rebels' greatest strategic asset is the sheer size of northern Mali, a vast wilderness of desert and mountain the same size as France itself.
So this is a logistic convoy. The trip must last 13 hours from Sévaré to Gossi, and after we have to do Gossi-Gao 5 hours more. The road is safe. We have an engineer platoon in front of us. We check the road. We have an helicopter support if we are fighting.
C'est comme en Afghanistan, hein, on ne savait pas pour combien de temps ça allait durer. Hein, enfin, comme dans toutes les missions opérationnelles d'ailleurs qu'on fait dans le monde, quoi. C'est toujours un peu, on peut pas trop s'avancer, quoi. Pas trop s'avancer.
Militarily, what kind of threats do you face?
Yeah, rebels with 4-wheel drives and machine gun on it, some RPGs, IEDs, things like this.
While the French have the technological superiority to defeat the rebels in any stand-up battle, the greatest risk they face is the invisible threat of homemade bombs called IEDs, or improvised explosive devices. It's an insurgent tactic now notorious from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, where IEDs caused 2/3 of the casualties amongst Western troops. The logistics convoy found 2 IEDs along the road they're travelling on. They were newly laid.
2 IEDs were pressure plates, so when you drive on, they explode. They don't have to be here. They can put this IED and after leave. This is more complicated to catch makers.
By placing homemade bombs along the roads, the rebels can neutralise France's vast military superiority, tying up millions of euros worth of troops and equipment with just a few dollars worth of explosives.
This is like in Afghanistan, so at the beginning the IEDs were pressure plate and after they were common wire, so it is more complicated to detect it because pressure plate you see something beside the road, so you can detect it. Common wire, this is undetectable without technological means for this.
The most active insurgent group in Mali is now Mujao, centred on the northern city of Gao. Mujao have shown that they're capable of slipping into Gao whenever they want, to launch surprise attacks on the French and Malian troops there. One of their tactics is to hide bombs and weapons in the city centre to be picked up and used by jihadist sleeper cells in sudden terrorist attacks. I followed a group of local vigilantes, the Gao patrollers, as they searched for hidden explosives. Their daily haul was staggering. Rebel safe houses across the city were filled with stores of homemade bombs and the components needed to make them. When you see the amount of explosives the rebels captured from the Malian army, you realise the threat the French are facing. Many of the rebels' weapons were smuggled from Libya after the fall of Gaddafi. The jihadist arsenal now includes missile launchers like this one, capable of shooting down a French plane or a civilian airliner. These rockets were being stored in a nursery school until the Malian army came to pick them up. Many civilians begged for help from the outside world to clear the city of these hidden stockpiles of explosives. The French exit plan is to pull out as soon as possible, leaving the war to the poorly trained Malian army. But the more daring the attacks the Islamists pull off, the harder it'll be for France to leave.
In Afghanistan, we used to help to train the Afghan army and to fight the rebels. Here, for the moment, we fight the rebels. Maybe after some French soldiers will continue to train African army, but for the moment, just fighting the rebels.
Do you think you underestimated the rebels?
I will not have the pretension to say victory is easy. We try to do our best and to fulfill the mission we were received.
5 French soldiers have been killed in Mali. The most recent death was caused by an IED. Roadside bombs have also killed 6 Malian soldiers since the French recaptured northern Mali.
Dès qu'on termine à conquérir la France, on viendra aux États-Unis, on viendra à Londres, on viendra en France et on va conquérir le monde entier. Et le drapeau de la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sera levé depuis le lever du soleil jusqu'au coucher du soleil. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
President Hollande has pledged to start withdrawing French troops from Mali from April 2013. But without French troops on the ground, the Malian army will face a tough battle against their committed jihadist enemy.